All right, hey man, I don't want to start this thing on a down note, but we kind of got to
We
start it
already
on a
did.
down
We already
note.
did.
Well, we did, but we didn't. Unfortunately, we had scheduled doing this a couple days ago. In the meantime, this morning or at some point earlier today, as we record this on February 2nd, 2023, Leaping Lanny Poffo passed away. You knew Lanny Poffo. You want to share any thoughts about
Yeah.
his
Oh
passing?
man, it sucks because Lanny was cool. I like Lanny because he would always check in with me. He was good about talking and just he was a very helpful, knowledgeable, smart guy that I always had a good time talking to because he was a little bit odd. You know what I mean?
Oh, I,
Like
I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly. You forget. I
but
grew up when he was in Mid South, very very early, 83 ish. So not very early 83, but in 1983, that was the first time I remember seeing him, and he was an oddball even back then to me. And even when you watch him now, and when I say oddball, I mean the character he was on TV. He's even
yeah,
more of an oddball now when you rewatch that old Mid South stuff where he's in there for a little bit. So I know exactly. I kind of know what you mean from that perspective, from a fan perspective.
yeah. So I enjoyed my time around him, and the last time I seen him in person was Ring of Honor here when they did the show and we wrestled the Briscoes. Me and Perry wrestled the Briscoes here, and we shared a locker room with Lanny. It was just me. It was just me and Perry and Lanny and somebody else. I think who was it? Maybe Jay Lethal. I don't remember, but we just had a good time and. Lanny told Perry stories the whole time, and talked about the stuff he's seen me go through coming up to the ranks and stuff. So it was cool. It was just cool to have that experience with him and have Perry have that experience. And I mean, he just went to New York, dude. I know he was in New York seeing Wicked on Broadway, so I know he posted that, and I know he's living in South America. I think he was married to some young Spanish girl. By young, I mean like in her 20s probably. But good for him. He was living his life.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't even know how old he was. I wanted to look it up before we started. I didn't even look, but
Older
you
than
know,
me and you.
yeah, he was older than me and you. I mean, he had some time on us, but like I always say, man, like I mean, there are rare occasions where somebody lives to be 95, and you say, oh man, you hate to see him leave, but at the end of the day, they lived a full life. If you live to be 95, man, you've done something. You live to be 90, you've done something.
Oh
In my,
yeah.
so it is hard when you see a guy like him who I don't know, man. The older I get, the more I realize, man, that dude ain't that old. Ain't that much older than me. It's kind of like he was 68. I just looked it up. So he's
Well, you
68,
lose
man. I mean,
you lose track. 68, 68 is a decent amount of time. Still fairly young, but
right?
at the same time, not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
68 is
mean,
pretty old too.
well, yeah, well, okay, and I hate to go here, but when you compare it to Jay Briscoe, who was 38,
Right.
it it,
Right.
it kind of puts it in perspective. Like, I mean, Lenny lived a I don't want to say long life. Average lifespan is what 72 to 75, but still, you want to see somebody. Yeah, I don't know about you. I want all the years I can get. So if I could sign up for 95 today, I'd sign up for it. Um,
I don't know. I don't think I want to live that long, bro.
I don't know, man. I like you get to a point where it's a balance too, because you also reach a point in your age where you can't do the things you would deem fun anymore. So
Hey,
that
look,
that
everybody, yeah,
that's hard.
that and everybody pisses me off now. So I can only imagine what another 4 years would do to me.
Oh, trust
Drive
me.
me, drive me
It
crazy, bro.
it gets worse
It's,
as you get
it's,
older, man. You know
oh,
it.
that's what I'm saying.
R.I.P. Lanny Poffo, 68 years old, man.